I'm doing another pour over a glass. Well, I'll show you this one. This was an actual glass pasta sauce glass, jar that I got pasta sauce in. It was I thought, oh, that's such a nice shaped glass that I can't just throw that away. So my intention is to do a nice pour over it, hopefully, and you have those nice divots in it. And then when it's all fully dried, to cover up this rim here, I'm going to blingify it. I'm going to either put, so to cover up the rim, that I'm going to put some of this, maybe. This blingy stuff just comes on a roll, and I got this particular one from a discount store. So see how that will beautifully bling up the finished work, and it will hide that, and I can use that as anything really. I could even fill it with gravel and put a candle in it, or I could use it as a vase for nice tulip stems. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. So I've got my biodegradable cup that I used in a previous pour over these lovely. I'm either going to use these as candle holders, or I'm going to put some gravel in them and use them as little cactus vases. I'll just put gravel on the bottom or a few stones so there's drainage. But that's what I used these cups for previous. So of course I'll reuse the cup. So I've got the cup, but the preparation for the glass, all I use is isopropyl alcohol. This one's 99.88%. So it's just to spray it. It just gets any greasy hand marks or any greasy marks off the glass. So it makes the paint stick to it. Some people do lots of glass preparation, but I've found that all of my other vases have come out lovely, so I'm not overly worried. Once I give it a good gloss, wipe on gloss or wipe on resin coat, it really seals it quite well. So there is the cup. I could use a bigger one, I guess. No, that's too big. No, that one's perfect. I'll just go with what I was going to use. And then you just make sure with a little spirit level that your cup is sitting pretty much perfect. Just so the pour doesn't pour off more one side than the other. Did I just knock that? That should be pretty fine as it is. So that's my plan for this little beauty. And I'm going to, again, as I love doing the pours over glass with the this is pre-made pouring paint. Most companies do their own pre-made pouring paints, and this is one that I've got at the moment, so I'm going to use it up. I just find it's nice and thick, so it actually clings to this really well. But if you use your paint that you've made up yourself with your glue pouring medium, then the glue actually helps that bind and stick on to your surface. So what I'm thinking there, because I've got a divot, usually I like to just put a bit of masking tape round so that divot doesn't paint collect in it and take a long time to dry. But I'm going to just risk it as it is today and just continue on with the pour. It just means that it takes a lot longer for that paint to dry in there. So the first thing I actually want to do with this is just grab my cup. I want to pour over some of the paint just as it is, without doing a ring pour or anything, just to coat the glass with some paint to begin with. So you can thin this down a bit. Have I run out of that? Yeah, okay. I'm just going around the edge and it will just find its way down the canvas. See how thick this particular brand of paint is, and it definitely could be thinned down a bit. So I'm going to just use this as my sort of under base coat, I guess. So just pour it around and it will just give me a good base coat before I start pouring on the colours that I want on there. That coming down, and you know, sometimes you leave it and it really, you know, ends up slipping down and covering the whole canvas, so you sometimes it's good to actually leave it a minute or two to actually find its way down the canvas. Or another thing you could do, which is speed up the process, is because I'm using this particular one as my base coat, is use a little sponge brush to actually, I will have to touch this again, but I suppose the sponge brush gets it all down because I'm going to pour over this, but I'm sort of just making sure I've got a really nice coat of paint under there. So just pour it down. I've got a canvas underneath that I'm trying to catch, you know, most of the paint to see if I can do anything with the canvas afterwards. Would be nice, so that's what I'm doing. My daughter-in-law and son have got sort of grey and red, so I thought if I do something that's got red in it, I haven't actually got a grey in this particular paint, but I've got I thought I'd try and do a deep burgundy and gold with red. Oh, I don't know. They don't like it, they don't have to have it. Rightio. That's just a quick and easy way of finishing off your piece. This paint actually dries really quite shiny, so like glossy. Might as well just use out the edge of my sponge brush on something and that paint. So I've got the canvas pre-prepared to tilt it. You can also do this kind of pour over glass on a cup turner too, so you put them on the cup turner. It's just, I did try to set that up, but my cup turner hadn't got the wad that you hold it in was too thick, and I didn't want to cut it all down. So what I'm going to do now, I don't actually want to move that. I probably should have done it. I've done it wrong again. I should have loaded my cup up with the paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour, it looks brown in here, but it's like a really deep, that dark cherry aubergine looking thing. So I'm going to go that and gold. This is a lovely gold. So yeah, this sort of dries like a red cherry. And I think I might I was going to put in, I suppose I could put in the bronze as well. Yeah, that's a metallic bronze. I might put the bronze in over the dark cherry, which is looking very brown. So just layering your cup. Don't want too much on actually. This seems to go a long way, so I'm going to call that quits on that and move it away. If I need some more, I can always make it up. So there we go. And I'm just going to basically do a ring pour over this. this is the ring pull. And it's looking very metallic-y, so if I need more, I'll just make more up. So we missed all that side. Wow, 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 wow. Missed that side. It's covering it everywhere, except this side. But that's okay. That's all righty. That's pretty good. Oh, don't. I should put it on a slidey surface. So I mean that the middle gets, maybe if I put a bit of that, it'll send the paint over where I want it. Because you're not going to see the bottom of this. I might even put a piece of cork on the bottom to cover the bottom up of the vase. Just getting rid of a lot of that paint. It's just going to sit in the divot there and take ages to dry. Like I said, you're not going to see the bottom of this, and that should start to coat my whole thing. Wow, look at that. Actually, it doesn't look very dark cherry on there. It looks like a brown, but that's definitely wasn't made up as a brown, so not sure what's going on there. Actually don't mind the red going through that. Okie doke, I am gonna let that just drip down the canvas now, down the glass vase for a while, and just let it all settle and see what bits I've missed, if any, and then try and just gently remove the cup over to the side while I do something with the canvas. So let's hope that all goes to plan. Oh, I added a bit more red because I really like the red with the gold and that deep, well, it looks brown, it doesn't look like a cherry, but I'm just letting that work its way down now, and then I'm going to leave this until tomorrow and come back to it. So see you in a minute. Okie doke, I have left that to dry on the cup. I did do a little bit of playing around with that, but for some reason my camera cut out. I hadn't got enough memory or something. It cut out, but I'm not very fond of that at all. It kind of just doesn't do anything for me. So I thought I'd show it you, but I'm not too happy about that one. But my cup is dry, so you just squeeze, give it a squeeze, pull it off, easy peasy, and you get a nice cup look. So that is my, well, that's even quite dry because I got rid of the extra paint with the balloon in there. So that is absolutely beautiful. When that has gloss on it or a coat of resin, that's going to come up absolutely beautiful. But I will leave it about a week just to fully cure, and then I will trim off my top. But I will wait to do that. I did get a few little gadgets today, if I can find them. When you're looking for something, you can't find it. Okay. So I showed you that I can use the trim on the top, but this on the top there would look nice. But it is silver and there's gold in there. Not that that matters to me whatsoever. So all I do is just put the clear glue on there, and I would tape it down until it dries. So that finishes off and makes it look more like a vase instead of a jar. There's also this little I got from my cheapy shop, the discount shop, so just with beads on the top. This one might be quite fun with the different coloured doodabblies, but I think I'll save these for a different project, and I might just go with something more simpler, just maybe 2 or 3 rows of that. So, but yeah, really happy with that. Turned out gorgeous. So that was just from a jar that I would have put in the recycling, and now it's turned into, either I could have it as a candle holder for a tall candle, or my tulips, or I can gift it when it's all done up. So I hope you enjoyed that. Another little piece, so turned out nice, and it's repurposing something, so it's definitely a valuable little thing to do for yourselves and for the environment, I believe. So until tomorrow, my lovelies, I will say bye for now. Please take care of yourselves.